In the headlines for this hour on VTV News, Party Chief delivers policy speech at University of Malaysia. And Vietnamese and Dominican enterprises stand before great opportunities. And in our world news, U.S. imposes new sanctions on Russia.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello, it's 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. In a world full of rapid changes, Vietnam and Malaysia share strategic interests and aligned on numerous international issues, including those of immediate importance. That was one of the key points made by Party General Secretary Theo during his visit and policy speech at the University of Malaysia, Malaysia's oldest and most prestigious university and one of the leading institutions in the region.
Addressing experts, leaders, and students at the University of Malaya, General Secretary Theo reviewed the achievements of each country through historical periods. He emphasized that the respect for Malaysia with the similarities between the two countries, the achievements and great potential of the relationship, has brought the relationship between the two countries to a new height, demonstrated through the recently established Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Framework. General Secretary Theo emphasized ASEAN's role in maintaining peace, security, stability, and regional cooperation. Despite challenges, Vietnam remains optimistic about ASEAN's future. He stressed that each country, including Vietnam, must enhance its contributions to global politics, the economy, and civilization, in line with the ASEAN Community Vision 2045.
Vietnam recognizes its responsibility to proactively participate and contribute to shared efforts. We look forward to further progress in the ASEAN community and the development of each member country in this new era, promoting peace, stability, and prosperity in the region and the world. In 2025, with Malaysia assuming the chair, we are confident that ASEAN will take significant steps toward becoming a prosperous, united, and developed community.
During this occasion, in response to a question from the university representative about how the two countries could coordinate and leverage their advantages for development, General Secretary Theo highlighted the significance of the Comprehensive Strategic Partnership.
Strengthening political trust is key to deepening our relationship, while enhancing defense and security cooperation ensures regional peace and stability. Economic development, focusing on agriculture, oil and gas, clean energy, and digital transformation, is crucial. Additionally, prioritizing collaboration in science, technology, and emerging innovations will drive future progress.
General Secretary Theo also emphasized the importance of solidarity within ASEAN and reaffirmed Vietnam's role in maintaining regional stability amid rising tensions and conflicts. He noted that to achieve this vision, it is essential to prioritize education and training, as they are the driving force and foundation for both ASEAN and its member countries to thrive in an unpredictable world.
Also, during his visit, Party General Secretary Theo visited the National Data Center on November 22nd and met with several Malaysian businesses. More to follow.
During his visit to the National Data Center, General Secretary Theo received a report on the center's operations and Malaysia's digital transformation process. The center provides business solutions for both the private and public sectors.
During his visit to Petronas, Malaysia's national oil and gas corporation, ranked as ASEAN's top brand and among the world's top 10 oil and gas companies, General Secretary Theo praised the corporation for its partnership with Vietnam since the early days of the country's reforms and international integration. He called for enhanced collaboration in new energy sectors and reassured Petronas of Vietnam's commitment to improving the legal framework, creating a favorable investment environment, and simplifying administrative procedures to support sustainable and effective business operations in Vietnam.
Also on Friday, the spouse of Party General Secretary To Lam, Ngo Phương Ly, visited Malaysia's National Heart Institute. She commended the hospital staff and management for their collaboration with Vietnam in professional exchanges and doctor training, expressing her hope for continued cooperation and knowledge sharing to improve treatment outcomes and better community health care. She also met with and encouraged pediatric patients under treatment, as well as their families.
During his official visit to the Dominican Republic, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh delivered an important speech at the Institute of Higher Education in Diplomatic and Consular Training, with the participation of many government officials and hundreds of professors, researchers, students, and representatives of diplomatic missions in the Dominican Republic.
In his policy speech, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh emphasized 3 key points. First is the importance of safeguarding peace amid global and regional challenges, noting that conflict brings losses to all. The Vietnamese leader also highlighted Vietnam's policies, development achievements over nearly 40 years of reform, and 6 key tasks for sustainable growth. Lastly, he shared a vision for strengthening Vietnam's ties with the Dominican Republic and the Latin America-Caribbean region, emphasizing the importance of fostering friendly relations.
Our beloved President Ho Chi Minh once affirmed, "Nothing is more precious than independence and freedom." Similarly, your national liberation leader, Juan Pablo Duarte, famously said, "To live without homeland is the same as to live without honor." These shared ideals unite our nations, guiding us toward independence, freedom, and prosperity. With mutual respect, understanding, and solidarity, nothing can stand in our way.
The Prime Minister emphasized that Vietnam and the Dominican Republic have significant opportunities to elevate their relationship, bringing practical benefits to both nations and their people. Later, during a meeting with Carolina Mejia, General Secretary of the ruling Modern Revolutionary Party and Mayor of Santo Domingo, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh urged the PRM party and its allies to support the effective implementation of agreements, further strengthening the friendship between the two countries. The PRM Party General Secretary pledged to actively support the directions and measures agreed upon by both governments.
As part of his official visit to the Dominican Republic, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh attended a business forum between the two countries. More to follow.
Before the forum, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh met with the Dominican Republic's Minister of Economy, Planning, and Development. The minister commended Vietnam as a model of dynamic and robust economic development. The Prime Minister proposed that both sides urgently coordinate to concretize the outcomes and high-level agreements achieved during the visit, particularly in trade and investment.
At the forum, Dominican leaders and businesses highly appreciated Vietnam's socio-economic achievements and its vital role as a bridge to Southeast Asia and Asia. Major Vietnamese corporations, such as Pepper Vietnam and Viettel Group, shared potential collaboration opportunities in energy and telecommunications with Dominican partners. In his remarks, Prime Minister Chinh highlighted that during this visit, the leaders of both nations agreed to advance their relations to a new phase of development. The Prime Minister emphasized that businesses from both countries are standing before great opportunities. Enterprises from one country can leverage the other as a gateway to access broader regional markets. Following this visit, he pledged to direct the establishment of a task force and organize business delegations to engage with Dominican counterparts to immediately implement cooperative projects and programs. The forum serves as a significant milestone in fostering stronger economic ties and unlocking substantial opportunities for both nations.
The 12th General Assembly of the International Conference of Asian Political Parties, or ICAP, themed A Quest for Peace and Reconciliation opens on Friday in Phnom Penh. National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn delivered a keynote speech affirming Vietnam's consistent stance in supporting ICAP's efforts to foster a peaceful, secure, and stable environment in the region.
In his opening speech, the chairman of the ICAP Standing Committee highlighted the geopolitical, economic, and social challenges the world faces, with conflicts undermining economic progress and global stability. These challenges hinder the achievement of peace, prosperity, and the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Cambodian Prime Minister Samdech Hun Manet, president of ICAP 12, emphasized that peaceful solutions through dialogue are essential for resolving conflicts, noting that the conference's theme, Seeking Peace and Reconciliation, is crucial in the current global context. National Assembly Chairman Chunt Thank Munt, in his speech stated that the world is undergoing rapid and complex changes, with political instability, violence, conflict, climate change, and transnational crime posing significant threats to world peace, human security, and the shared prosperity of Asian countries. In this context, he emphasized that the conference's theme highlights the commitment of political parties in the region to foster solidarity, resolve conflicts, and strengthen the role of ruling and participating parties in shaping policies.
Under the leadership of the Communist Party of Vietnam, we consistently follow a foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, multilateralism, and diversification of relations. We aim to be a reliable partner and an active, responsible member of the international community. Vietnam supports the efforts of the ICAP in fostering an environment of peace, security, and stability in the region. We believe that the key to resolving current conflicts lies in dialogue and multilateral cooperation based on equality, mutual respect, and international law, in line with the United Nations Charter.
National Assembly Chairman Chunt Thank Munt also pointed out that, given the complex global security landscape, Asia and ASEAN have continued to make significant efforts, proposing initiatives to address security and political issues. Seeking peace and reconciliation in conflicts and striving for the peace, prosperity, and development of humanity is both a goal and an international responsibility for every party and country.
National Assembly Chairman Chen Thanh-Minh and Cambodian Prime Minister Samdech Hun Manet, during their meeting held on November 22nd in Phnom Penh, showed their relations to that bilateral relations have been constantly strengthened. Prime Minister Hun Manet emphasized that the visit of the Vietnamese delegations is a testament to both sides' determinations to develop South neighborliness and good friendship and work together on national constructions and development. Emphasizing the huge potentials between the two countries, National Assembly Chairman emphasized that the Vietnamese National Assembly stay ready to coordinate with Cambodia to organize the 21st sessions of the Joint Committee on Economic, Cultural, Scientific and Technical Cooperation and the 13th Conference on Cooperation and Development of Vietnam-Cambodia border provinces in Cambodia. National Assembly Chairman Chen Thanh-Minh on November 22nd held a meeting with Samdech Techo Hun Sen, President of the Cambodian People's Party and President of the Cambodian Senate. President Hun Sen emphasized that in the face of regional and global challenges, the two countries must strengthen their bonds and cooperation across all fields, including politics, economics, trade, defense, and security. Chairman Chen Thanh-Minh expressed gratitude to President Hun Sen and the Cambodian government for their support and favorable conditions provided to the Vietnamese community in Cambodia, enabling them to live, work, and study in stability. He also called for enhanced collaboration between the two countries as well as with other nations and international and regional organizations to safeguard, manage, and utilize the Mekong River's water resources effectively. Coming up next on VTV News, Vietnam's national brand value soars. And Litho Jingshan's conservation and development. A new World Bank report, Vietnam 2045, Trading Up in a Changing World Pathway to a High-Income Future, explores how the country can upgrade its participation in global value chain to achieve high-income status by 2045. This requires sustaining annual per capita GDP growth of about 6% over the next 2 decades. Achieving this goal will depend on Vietnam's ability to move up the value chain by advancing into higher value-added manufacturing and services through investments in technology, skills, and innovation. Vietnam will also need to manage these transformations amid heightened global uncertainties and profound shift in the global trading system. The World Bank proposes a multi-pronged approach to unlock productivity growth, attract private investment, and upgrade participation in global value chains. Policy options include deepening regional trade integration, linking domestic enterprises to global supply chains, promoting skills and technology-intensive manufacturing and high-value-added services, and transitioning to low-carbon, climate-resilient production. Vietnam's national brand value ranked 32nd this year, reaching $507 billion, according to Brand Finance, the world-leading brand valuation consultancies. This marked an improvement of 1 position in ranking and a 2% increase in value compared to last year. The positive number is expected to contribute to enhancing Vietnam's international standing in the coming years.
According to Brand Finance, Vietnam's national brand has made remarkable progress in recent years. Not only has the country entered the top 50 strongest national brands, but it was also the fastest-growing national brand globally between 2019 and 2022.
Very high economic growth. Secondly, because of significant increases in or improvements in perceptions of Vietnam as a nation brand. And thirdly, as a result of a more stabler environment.
Telecommunications and technology, banking, food and beverages are among the sectors that have significantly contributed to the development of Vietnam's national brand. As a nation's brand value grows, all its goods and services benefit, especially in tourism and exports, while also helping attract more foreign direct investment into Vietnam.
Samsung produces 50 to 60% of its smartphones in Vietnam. Therefore, if Vietnam's national brand grows, Korean investors will be more confident in increasing their investments.
When a country is elevating its brand, it doesn't just happen by mistake. It takes hard work. Vietnamese leaders, they're meeting with people, and they're trying to sell Vietnam. Skilled labor, hardworking people, people that want to get ahead, a country that's well located, a country that is moving up the value chain.
Southeast Asia, and particularly Vietnam, is currently in an ideal position to capitalize on the global shift in manufacturing, as listed by Brand Finance. The country is increasingly establishing itself as a reliable economic and trade partner, a nation that is entering a new era of strong growth.
Vietnamese ginseng's rare endemic medicinal herb was recognized as a national product in 2017. In 2023, a Decision 611 outlined a program to develop it through 2030 with a vision to 2045. Under this program, Lai Châu province was designated as one of 3 localities tasked with establishing a large-scale ginseng cultivation area. Many communities in Lai Châu have since begun developing ginseng cultivation zones aimed at conserving and expanding ginseng varieties to boost production and support poverty reduction.
Pa Vệ Sủ, a highland commune in Mường Tè district, is a key area for Lai Châu ginseng development. In 2018, with the support of local authorities, Phản Mò Dê began cultivating ginseng in a 115 square meter greenhouse. Although the plants have yet to produce roots, the income generated from ginseng leaves has already provided economic benefits for her family.
The leaves are used to make tea, fetching about $50 per kilogram. I started a garden to both preserve and propagate ginseng plants, while also creating an opportunity to boost my family's income and improve our livelihood.
However, cultivating ginseng in a greenhouse demands meticulous planting techniques and attentive care.
The garden must be kept clean at all times. Each year, we weed 3 to 4 times, water the plants in March and April, and cover them with tarps in July and August to prevent rot. Weekly inspections are essential to track their growth.
This ginseng variety requires a protective net for optimal growth. At 3 years old, it is transplanted into the forest, where growing conditions are significantly better. The cultivation area is expanded annually by about 600 square meters.
VTVgo commune has developed approximately 20 hectares of Lai Châu ginsengs over 6 years. This progress is the result of collaboration between local residents and businesses, aiming for 100% of the cultivation area to receive a growing area code and geographical indication.
Currently, 3 enterprises in the commune, located in Sin Chai B and Sin Chai C, produce a variety of ginseng products, including ginseng leaf tea, freeze-dried ginseng, ginseng soaked in honey, and ginseng candy. People have shifted their mindset, raised their incomes, and improved their overall quality of life.
We aim for Lai Châu ginseng to become the main crop of the province, with concentrated cultivation areas that link local farmers, businesses, and investors to establish product processing factories.
Everyone is working together to increase the value of Lai Châu ginseng. By 2030, the province's ginseng area is expected to reach about 3,000 hectares, producing approximately 30 tons per year. By 2035, Lai Châu ginseng will be developed into a national brand, helping ethnic communities in remote and border areas escape poverty and achieve prosperity in their homeland.
Coming up next in our world news, United States imposes new sanctions on Russia. And Russian State Duma approved record defense budget. The U.S. Department of Treasury has just announced sanctions against dozens of Russian banks due to the conflict in Ukraine. Accordingly, the latest round of sanctions targets Gazprom Bank, one of Russia's leading banks, along with more than 50 Russian banks with international ties. Gazprom Bank has been a target of the Biden administration for several years, but this bank was considered a final sanction target due to Washington's desire to consider the potential side effect on Europe. Several European countries, such as Slovakia and Hungary, that purchased Gazprom Energies are concerned about the impact of these new sanctions. Also included in the sanction list are more than 40 Russian security firms and 15 financial officials. The Russian lower house, the Duma, on Thursday approved a record increase in defense spending for 2025, amounting to over 6% of the GDP. In a vote held in the State Duma, the federal budget draft for 2025 submitted by the Russian government received 335 votes in favor, 1 against, and 77 abstentions. The draft allocates a total budget of approximately $416 billion for 2025, with over $133 billion, nearly 40% of the total government spending, earmarked for this defense. This represents a historic record in modern Russian history. The budget draft is expected to be approved by the Upper House Federation Councils on November 27 before being signed into law by President Vladimir Putin. The Nature Sustainability Journal has recently published a list of the world's fastest shrinking coastal cities. Among them, Jakarta, Indonesia, is ranked as one of the cities with the fastest subsidence rate, shrinking by 26 millimeters annually. Climate change, leading to rising sea levels and severe flooding, are the main factors causing faster subsidence in these regions. Notable cities on the list with high subsidence rates include Tianjin, China, Chittagong, Bangladesh, with a subsidence rate of 20 millimeters per year during 2015-2020, and Yangon, Myanmar, with 30 millimeters per year. The first snowfall of the season has caused traffic disruptions across several European countries. At French Charles de Gaulle Airport, 10% of flights were cancelled, while in the UK, train services were cancelled and school closed due to heavy snowfall. More to follow.
The first snowfall of the season brings joy to some, but creates inconvenience for others. At Charles de Gaulle Airport, many passengers expressed frustration after their flights were delayed or cancelled due to heavy snow and strong winds.
We went through all the formalities through the boarding lounge. Now just few minutes from the flight, we got the message that the flight is cancelled due to heavy snow.
The flight was due to leave at 3:35 in the afternoon. We checked in and waited for over an hour only to receive the news that due to bad weather, the plane wouldn't be leaving.
Earlier, the UK also faced similar disruptions with the first snowfall of the season. Many train services were cancelled and hundreds of schools were forced to close across the country. In Finland, the first snowstorm of the year left 18,000 households without power and caused significant transport disruptions.
And now, as usual, let's continue with the weather forecast. And that's it for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can log on to VTVgo.vn or download our mobile application VTVgo. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.